ASTS, AST SpaceMobile. We've got an earnings coming up after I'm making this video during a live show, getting ready for the earnings. So, as promised, if you're a member of the channel, we do all this for you. You get the earnings, and you can have a review, analysis, the whole works. That's what we're doing now, preparing for ASTS SpaceMobile. We're going to do a full analysis showing you the buy zone, sell zone, support zones, levels, all the rest of it for you, coming up live in the show in a few moments' time. Let's see how this pans out, and let's see if I'm right with my analysis from projections after the earnings goes out, okay? So tap the like button, do all that great stuff, and during this video, I'm going to share with you the buy zone, sell zones, who's buying on the inside, what I think of the stock. Is it going to the moon today? Well, we've got a poll using our Lucas Archie. You heard of Fibonacci? We've got something even better. Are we going to the moon today? Well, we're going through space. That was a bit like the Rocket Lab, doesn't it? The Rocket Lab Neutron. Anyway, we're going up to space, and we're going to travel all the way and see if we can land on the moon today. Well, what do you think? Will we? Let's see how it all pans out. Who knows? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Anyway, let's get straight into the into it. Are we going to make some money? That's what it's all about. Let's turn the money printer on and let's get busy with our analysis on this stock pre-earnings. So, tap the like button if you like this sort of content. I make it all live. I have no editors. Do it all myself live during a show. I've got buttons everywhere, 14 screens, and this is as real and as live as it gets. There's no editing done here at all. Pretty impressive, right? Okay. Let's go into it. AST SpaceMobile. If you don't know what it is, let's just have a little reminder of what it is. AST SpaceMobile engages in in building a broadband cellular network in space to operate. It sounds so cool, doesn't it? Building a cellular network in space to operate directly with standard unmodified mobile devices based on an extensive IP and patent portfolio. Can you imagine when Elon Musk lands on the moon, right? He needs Wi-Fi. I love it. Just down the road from me in Texas. I'm in Dallas. It focuses on providing mobile broadband services with global coverage to all end users. Focusing in providing a mobile broadband service with global coverage to all end users without the need to purchase special equipment. We love it. Abel Avalon is the CEO. If you'd like to have him on the show, email investor relations. I never ask anyone to come on the show at all. I don't sell my services, but they come on the show because of you. Because of you, the investor, is why they are on the show. Okay, so please do email them, build a relationship, and then let me know. Founded in 2017, maintenance requirements 60%, so it's relatively high risk. It's not like the S&P 500 at 25%. 7.7 market cap. There's the high, there's the low. Still losing money, minus 22 price to earnings ratio. It's not making you any money at the moment. Dividend yield, none. 11 million volume today. The volume is 7, so very low volume on this stock, so it's difficult to trade it for the price that you might want. Okay, how has the earnings been going up to this point? As you can see, we are negative around the sort of 0.17 0.2 region, and you can see we're sort of going sideways. We dipped a bit there in Q4 23, back up again, but we had a very disappointing earnings in Q2 of 24. Big miss. What are we going to do today? The expectation is the same as it was. Have we corrected it? Well, 0.2 is the earnings negative. Let's see where it ends up. Who else is buying this stock? No surprise. Rocket Lab, Intuitive Machines, Archer, IonQ, Oklo, SoundHound. All similar stocks, very volatile, high-risk stocks in the same sector. Okay, let's get straight back into the positions here and let's have a look at it. If you like this so far, please tap the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. That'd be very much appreciated. I thank you very much. There's Mr. Mini-Me. Okay, let's scroll down and see who's been buying. We're going to start off nice and simple. Not that I'm really bothered what Robinhood investors do. I know I'm a Robinhood investor, but I focus on what Wall Street is doing, hedge fund managers are doing. They're the people I speak to because they're the ones who can move the stock. We can't move it. So I'm interested more what hedge fund managers are doing and insiders. Hedge fund managers have been selling the stock while Robinhood investors have been following. That's quite interesting. But insiders recently have been buying the stock. That's what I'm interested in. Insiders buying the stock by some number as well. So maybe we could get a good earnings tonight. Who knows? We can't determine it just yet. Right, I'm making this live. This will go out as its own video later. You may be watching it. You may have heard of our Fibonacci. The Fibonacci, well, we have the Lucas Archie. It's actually more useful because it's an indicator based on real investors without sponsorship, ads, corruption, people trying to promote videos or sell things or manipulate stock or anything like that. This is the Lucas Archie. It lives on our own network, on our community pages on YouTube, and it also ranks on Google. This is very powerful stuff. This is the AST SpaceMobile. I asked you, would we beat or miss today? Real investors making real votes. 33% say yes, it's a beat. 42% say no, miss, down she goes. That's what you think at the moment. Let me refresh it. I posted this a couple of hours ago. Just a couple of hours ago, 33 votes. It is now up to, let's have a little look. This is brand new, 36 votes. Okay, it's moving. 44% of you now say it's going down. So these are the investors speaking. Very, very useful. It's called the Lucas Archie. Please make sure that you like this so it ranks on Google, and make sure that you leave a comment as well so you can see your comments ranking on Google. Very, very interesting stuff. I like it. All right, let's move on. Let's look at the valuations. Now, I've got some software here that is pro software that you can't access. However, you can with my referrals. We're giving away now some very, very good discounts coming up to Black Friday. Some very, very good discounts on Seeking Alpha. There it is. And Alpha Spread. The links are in the chat for you live. Everybody else, it's below the video. Pinned to the comments. You can find it. Free trials. You can't get that without my referral, and discounts. I always insist on the best deals for my members wherever I share referral links. Let me share with you then the pro version of Seeking Alpha. We got some ratings here. Seeking Alpha analysts are saying hold. I don't really care what Seeking Alpha analysts say. I'm one. Doesn't mean anything at all. Most of them are just trying to promote their own media or whatever. Not interested in that. I'm interested in what Wall Street say, professional investors, and I'm also interested in Quant, the AI software which analyzes the stock, the value, not just let's talk up a stock because we're in it. I'm not interested in what people's opinions are. I'm interested in the facts. So strong buy from Wall Street, hold from Quant. Okay. How are things improving? Factor grades, valuation, C+, C-, back up to C+. Good. Growth, A-, so it's dropped to B, B again. But now profitability, it's making money. This is what we like. This is why insiders are buying back in again. From F to C+ to A+. Momentum, F to A+ to A+. Very good. Revisions downward. The stock has been revised down, D- recently. Stock's down, opportunity to buy. Okay, we like that. What about the forward ratio? We always talk about the price to earnings ratio, but most people focus on the lagging indicator, not the forward peg. I like that. That shows me where a stock is going. Don't really care where it's been. Doesn't interest me in the slightest. Unfortunately, because we're losing money, we don't have it. All right. I want to share with you this though. The gross profit is 100%. A+. Not net profit, gross profit. We'll come on to that in a moment. Momentum of the stock, A+. So some good indicators here. I like it. But now let's move on. That was Seeking Alpha. If you want that, you can access that using free trials, discounts. Got a Black Friday deal right now. Brilliant time to click on my referral. I'll give it to you again if you're watching live now. Seeking Alpha. Very, very, very good indeed. All right, let's move on. and bring you now my other software, which tells me some other information, which is very, very useful. This is our alpha spread. I'll give you the link again for this one. I know the CEO, again, personal relationship, so great deal for you. This is what it says here. It says $11 intrinsic value. Now, that is just a headline. People look at that and go, okay, stock's overbought, I'm going to short it. Simplistic information, doesn't work at all, but people that can't be bothered or sit on the toilet on their Robinhood accounts will just use this sort of stuff. We've got to dive deeper. Overvalued, and I'm prepared to pay 25% overvalued for no more. I won't pay 300% overvalued like on Tesla or none of that malarkey or Palantir. But 25% overvalue I will do for a growth stock. This is a growth stock. It's 58. Is it reliable? Well, let's have a look. It is reliable. There's no warnings here, but let's look further into it. 58% overvalued. Let's scroll on down and see why we might come to that conclusion. Well, first of all, revenue is up 180%, and we are expecting to see this really take off. That is an S-curve. That's what we're looking for. That's the magic sauce. Like it so far. Operating income is down negative. Down 2%. I beg your pardon. I also want to say at this point in the analysis that I only own the S&P 500. I'm not here to pump and dump stock. People often say to me, and I find it really hard to understand some people sometimes. Everyone's greedy. Everyone's selfish. Everyone's sort of not trusting. People message me a lot and say, when you make these videos promoting a stock, pumping and dumping a stock, well, I don't, because I only own the S&P, so you're wrong straight away. Why do you do it? What's the point? Who pays you? No one pays me. Do the company hire you? Do they sponsor you? No one hires me. No one pays me. People try to, and I turn it all the time. So why would you make these videos? Well, because I like to make videos. I enjoy entertaining, and I provide a service, and it makes me feel like my life is worthwhile. Others will go, well, it's because he makes money on YouTube. No, it's not. I don't make anywhere near the money to warrant my time to make these live videos at all. I could go out and do a gig in the evening and earn 15 grand sell out a theatre with my World Piano Man show. So it's not about that. It's about helping people. That's why I love doing this. So for no reason, but so you know that my opinions are real, and that's why the Lucas Archie is so useful as well. Real investors on this show, not idiots just talking nonsense and whatever, shorting stock and talking, well, just basically talking stupid. Anyway, operating income down 2%, stabilizing and starting to go up. Net income is down 60%, a little bit more. We'll see how the earnings goes. And then hopefully we're expecting things to improve. Net income. We'll come on to the margins in a moment. Financing cash flow, that's a positive, up 15%. Investing cash flow, up 10%, negative. Operating cash flow, we like that. Cash flow, up 21%, moving in the right direction. Okay, what about assets? 579 million in assets, of which cash is 285. A little bit heavy cash. A lot of you think it's great to have loads of cash on the side. I don't. I like cash to work, but it's not too bad. Better than having no cash, but we don't want all cash. If it's all cash, we just invest in our own cash in the bank. It's not a business. It's just a bank. All right, that's what DJT stock is. Just a lot of cash, and everyone buys the trend and the popularity. It's not a business. Okay, 434 million liabilities, a little bit close to the assets, a little bit heavy there. Let's see how much is long-term debt. 199 million is debt, just about half. Long-term debt is 45%. Now, that's good and bad, because one, if rates come down, that'll massively impact the business. They spent money building out the business, and now the rates come down, but rates are going to be slower at coming down than people first thought. I've been saying for the longest time, I said when that they would come down, and I was right. Now I'm saying, and I'll be saying again, they won't be coming down quickly. It will take a few years. Because there's always that threat of inflation going up, and we've already reported on inflation. So this is going to cost the company a little while, a bit of money here. They've got a lot of debt. It's not all just running costs, it's debt. So the balance sheet isn't great. That's why the stock is down. But obviously, insiders buying, they think there's a return and things are going to improve. So it's more of a business, more of a product and a concept at the moment than a business. Businesses make money. Businesses are a growing asset. This is one for the future, not for now. So it's not rush out and buy it. It's booming and doing great. As you can see, this is what's important, the operating margin. Gross margins sound great. We all look at the gross margin, but the net margin is rubbish. As you can see, thousands of percent down. It's a very expensive business to be in. It's all looking down. Now, if you don't know what these are, ROCEs and ROICs and all the rest of it, there's full explanation of what these are on the screen, but you can use my software and get it yourself. So I'll give you Seeking Alpha Spread again. This is great software. It's very, very inexpensive. In fact, if you use my membership, you can get a discount so good it makes my membership for free. I brought you a great deal here because I know the CEO personally. So I say personally, we have an online communication. I've never actually met the CEO in person. Okay, but I've got you a good deal. Now, as you can see, profitability, that's probably the lowest profit I've seen on any stock. I don't remember ever seeing lower than 8%. So as I say, it's one for the future. There's nothing good about the business. It's the product, the services, the management. That's what you're buying. They are investing, they're spending money, they borrowed money, 8%. Now, if it was 8% and a terrible balance sheet, you should run the other way. This is no good for you. Remember, I'm not promoting the stock. I'm just telling you how it is. What you do with it is up to you. But there's no profit in this business. Well, there's some, but 8% is as good as zero. If you're not making money, eventually you run out of money. So if the balance sheet comes out bad, the solvency comes out bad, run the other way. I don't know what it is until what you're seeing on the screen, what I'm seeing on the screen. I don't see anything yet. So I'm going to scroll past, and I would imagine it's in the sort of mid 40s. So it's not terrible because of that cash balance, but it's not great. Shall we see what it is? I'm seeing it for the first time. Believe me or not, it's up to you. 46, I was spot on. I've done these hundreds of times, and I can see a pattern of a stock and so on. So it's experience, essentially, looking at numbers. It's pretty much experience. That's all it is. I was right. Mid 40s. 46, great. 46, which means it's not going to go bust anytime soon in the short to medium term. However, it can run out of money. If rates go back up again and debts become more expensive, this gets expensive. However, it's a stock for the future. This is high risk but high gain rewards. If you're looking for high gain, high risk, this is it. 44%. Worst case scenario would be some of the deals come off. There is some technical issues. Interest rates rise, and then the stock can take a dive. All right. All going well, rates continue coming down. Well, they will, but steadily. Deals go through, business carries on as normal. 43%, there you go. You can see the upside here, which is far outperforming the S&P 500. ASTS high forecast, 143%. These are lovely numbers, and this is the sort of stock that can do the high forecast, but that remains to be seen. What do we think? Okay, scrolling on down. As you can see, now this is a concern. And this is why we're here, really. Look at this. These are my reviews. My reviews make it onto Alpha Spread, as they do many places, actually. But look, mine 2 months ago is the latest one. There has not been... Oh, hello. I've got a super chat.
Sam donated £1.99 through a super chat.
That is wonderful, Sam. You should be a member. You could be a member for that price and get all the perks and benefits. Thank you. I hope it's going well in your job. I'm making a video, so I'll come back to you in a moment. So as you can see, what worries me is AST SpaceMobile. You've got Schwab, you've got Bloomberg Technology, Bloomberg. There's me again, Greenstock, Yahoo Finance. I'm ranking as the most recent. What does that tell you? No one's talking about it. No one's thinking about this stock. Now, that can be a disadvantage because there's no action going on, but also it presents opportunity because it's undiscovered. It's undiscovered at the moment. So we will rank number one for this in the world. It's a fairly I'd say a medium bullish sentiment to the stock. I'm not saying rush out and buy it. I can't, can I? Because at the end of the day, the business isn't a business right now. It's a product. It's a service. It's an idea. They've got cash. They're not going to go bankrupt anytime soon. Some risk in your portfolio would be worth considering. So there we go. That's my thoughts on SpaceMobile. We've got the earnings coming out very, very shortly. We're going to cover it live. This video will take you to that. Let's do one final look on what we call the Lucas Archie. Forget the Fibonacci. Real investors, real traders, making real decisions, not sponsored or paid in any way whatsoever. So you know what people think. Investors think, not idiots and Reddit idiots, stuff like that. Right, so what we got here is our community tab. Let's do one final look. Now remember, this has only come out a couple of hours ago. There's only a handful of people watching this stream, so it's not because I've got people watching. It's a very low stock. Not many people are paying attention. Not many people care about ASTS at the moment. Well, this is why we're here, discovering new stocks, new ideas to bring you opportunities. And remember, half of the people on Google aren't even signed in. So half of my audience can't even vote or react. And some of them wouldn't even care anyway. All right, so let's see if it's moved as I finish out this video. As you can see there, it was 36 votes just 2 minutes ago. Was it 2 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago? Let's have a look. Let's see if anybody's voted on this. These do rank on Google, by the way. Very powerful. Lucas Archie. There you go. There you go. 38 votes now. And 45% saying going down. So the sentiment is negative on this stock at the moment. All right, let's finish it all out. This is our ASTS. Let's see what it does. We've got the earnings coming up very, very shortly, in about half an hour. This will be posted as its own video. If you want to take part in our shows and you want to phone in and you want to call in, you want to have your own review done, you can have all of this. You can have your own analysis. You can have your own earnings reports, your own polls using the Lucas Archie indicator, all the rest of it, just by being a member for a couple of bucks. I make it as cheap as possible just so I can provide a service to everyone. No one can say they can't afford it. If you can't afford $2, you shouldn't really be investing anyway, right? I mean, what would be the point? I'm just saying. All right, click above my head for all the links down below in the description. You'll find all the links to the Lucas Archie community pages plus everything else. Okay, over here I'll put the live event. Down here I'll put ASTS playlist. So as I do new information, new analysis, new interviews, CEOs, all that kind of stuff, it'll be all be in there. Till next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.